Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another preview. I know I missed the last preview, of course, because the lads and the lassies, the 3% of you, wanted me to play FIFA. You said it, not me. You told me let's play FIFA, and I just couldn't have the energy to muster for a preview after that for the cup game. But we're back for the Premier League now, so it's time to get serious. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. We got our asses handed to us. But I'm in a better mood coming into this game for many reasons. Partly some on Fulham's side, partly some on ours. Of course, Joao Felix is now officially at the club. The pictures are coming out. The interview's coming out. The number 11 is out and it's looking beautiful. And hopefully he doesn't get contaminated by our virus disease called a lack of footballing ability. It's been swirling and it's really, it's just everywhere at the moment. Just really strong, poisonous. It's just unlucky for us, it really is. But hopefully Joao Felix has the cure. Hopefully he has the antibodies to cope and not be contracted with this virus, because like I said, I really like this player. I really like him. He's a baller. And he's been neglected, malnourished over the years at Atletico Madrid, and the last place that he needs to come to and receive the same treatment, the same disgusting prison food, lack of service, is us. So he's going to be in the kitchen cooking, hopefully preparing those meals, those wonderful meals, and that's why personally I have him a little bit deeper. I want him really involved in this game, and I want him starting because he's been playing against Elche, against Barcelona for Atletico Madrid since the turn of the year, and of course he was at the World Cup, so he's fully fit and training at the moment for Chelsea. He's had his first couple of images taken already. So throw him straight into the lineup for me against Fulham. We need him. We really need him. We signed him because we need him. We have injuries to Sterling and Pulisic, who's out for a few months. Pain. But also we need him because we're awful. So for me, just get him straight into the team, let him cook, let him prepare his meal, and hopefully we have a 5-star, main course, starter, dessert, the whole lot. I want 3 goals against Fulham. I'm trying to get upbeat again. It's not easy, trust me. My therapist has told me many times, listen, it's going to take months to unwind the trauma that you've suffered over the season so far, but I'm trying my best to be positive, and you should too. At least that's what they say. So yeah, big up your damn selves, do you know what I'm saying? Felix in my starting 11, and of course, the graphics will be up on the screen. In terms of Fulham, Mitrovic is suspended, and that obviously works into our advantage. He's one of the top goal scorers in the league at the moment, one of the most informed strikers at the moment, a bully, a problem in every single aspect in terms of the clinical finishing, the hold-up play, just getting on second balls, just being an absolute nuisance, the work rate, and hopefully and thankfully Koulibaly doesn't have to deal with that because he's not in the best of form himself. Now, in terms of who will replace that striker for Fulham, it seems like their manager has come out and kind of hinted that it will be Vinicius, the former Tottenham striker. You probably won't remember him. He played a handful of Europa League games for Tottenham, who's second string to Harry Kane. We all know that anybody who's second string to that guy at Tottenham basically ceased to exist. Were they even there? We need photographic evidence. So he will probably start. Willian will play, our former ex, Now listen, we have sometimes conversations, there's a few WhatsApp messages exchanged, happy birthday, back and forth. You're in our Instagram comments. We see you, Willian, but just remember you have a restaurant in London with David Luiz. And this is a threat, if you dare even think with that little afro of yours that you're going to turn up against us and slap that into the far corner to knock our stride. We have no stride. We're literally just stumbling at the moment. You, sir, you will be receiving a 1-star review. And that is, I am being serious. I will 1-star review wherever that restaurant is, and David Luiz will pay the price. So do not mess with me, because I'm not in the mood. I need a win here. We all need a win, okay? We've been suffering seriously. Malnourished, starving, whatever you want to call it. We are down to our, last legs. Down to our last legs. And you will be down to your... No, I'm joking. I'm not going to threaten Willian. You're not on your last legs. Don't worry, bro. All right. So, there's Willian to deal with. And also, there's Bobby Reid. And you must be thinking, right, Bobby Reid. Yeah, he scored a couple goals this season. Saj's cousin, Bobby Reid. That's right. Exclusive. Bobby Reid, the Fulham forward. Saj's cousin. Again, don't even think about it, okay? Because Saj will pay the price. Not you, but Saj, because I know where he lives. Okay, so I've sent out my threats, I've sent out my warnings, and of course, you've got other players as well for Fulham, like Pereira, etc. So it's a good team. It's a team that we need to be careful about. They're having a very good season. They're above us. So who am I talking to right now? Who do I think I am? Talking down to Fulham, like as if we need to be... No, it's they're ahead of us. They're running our region, our postcodes. They operate in our areas. They're G-checking us. They're taking our phones. They're taking our wallets, taking our keys. They're on mopeds. Fulham players are on mopeds around SW6 and they're taking everything that they want. And we're the little sorry people, as they say. Yeah, we're the little citizens that are we just don't understand what's going on. Next thing you know, possessions have been taken. Robbery. Pure and utter robbery. We really need to get our region back. Forget the rest of London. We need to get our postcode back. We are losing the postcode war as it is, and Brentford are not far away as well, just up the road, and they're also ahead of us. So we really need to put some respect back on our names. Very, very integral that we win this game. Of course, I have my team. I have the expected Fulham team. We spoke a little bit in that Joao Felix video about where he could play. Now, when I say left side of a midfield three, I say that for two reasons. One, because we don't have much creativity in the midfield, if any. The passing is awful and average. There's not much actual take-ons and dribbling and carrying of the ball. And this is something that Felix can do. He has the vision. And when I say in a midfield three, obviously he's the most advanced. He goes into that left channel, in that left half space, opposite of a Odegaard, but on the other side, Griezmann, but on the other side. And that means that he gets as much of the ball as possible. Now, if you could go left wing or left forward, or just behind the striker, which is what Potter has alluded to. Maybe a 4-2-3-1 to match Fulham, who also play that formation. He could play in the 10, just off the striker. It's the same kind of thing. In my formation in a 4-3-3, he's going to be the most attacking in the midfield anyway, so he would have been playing in those 10 areas just to the left. Similar, like I said, those other players I mentioned play off to the right. They're not really out-and-out 10s because they do funnel back and get into midfield, and I would expect Joao Felix to get back into midfield. I don't think he's going to be this luxury player that's just going to walk around off the ball. But, like I said, he's going to be the most further forward out of those midfield creative areas. Now, of course, we've got injuries to the wing positions. Like we said with Pulisic, that's confirmed he's going to be out for a few months. Devastating again. The injury list just continues to rack up, but even when it's not racking up, it's just extensions, you know, extensions like this, like people's hair, you know, extension after extension. Conte, where's the real hair at? Where's the real hair follicles at? You know, really difficult times for us at the moment. So, yeah, Pulisic out for more months at this point. You know, I'm numb to it. You know, I experience this pain every day with Chelsea when it comes to extended injuries. So it's something that I've been able to cope with and take in. So yeah, we're over that. But we need to get over ourselves because we've been playing like crap. The last performance was absolutely shambolic, horrific. And I don't want to even talk about it because you are not here to be put into a bad mood. I'm not here to do that to you. This is a happy place. This is an open circle of conversation and discussion, but there's a time and a place. And the time and a place now is for happiness and for trying to be upbeat about this game. So for me, I would love to see Fofana. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Kai, you know, he could start. I think Kai will probably start, right? It's going to be between Kai and Fofana. Aubameyang is basically, you know, not involved anymore. He was never involved for me in the first place, but now he's really not involved. He could be going back to Barcelona. You can't play for, I think, more than 2 clubs in the same season. He would like to go back to Barcelona. Barcelona potentially would take him, according to reports, on a free transfer. I pray, okay? I pray. I don't care if it leaves us short. I don't give a damn. I'm just here for the collective, for the long term, for the players that want to be here, for the players that actually help us in the short term and long term, and he does neither. So for me, I'd like to see Fofana potentially even get the start because I think he showed little signs and glimpses against Manchester City. Not that I could really even concentrate on him anyway because I was so depressed. But if he doesn't start, not a problem. Again, I'm expecting Kai Havertz to play. And I would actually like to see Kai Havertz with Felix. Listen, Kai Havertz has been very wishy-washy, very, very poor for me, apart from that Bournemouth game. Yeah, he's shown little, it's not enough. It's not enough. Towards the end of the season, second half of the season, Kai, we need you to explode, okay? We need you to do a madness, a Mazzolini. So that means we need a top performance once again. So let's see if you can deliver that if you do get the start, which I'm sure you will. In terms of the wide areas, we are a little bit screwed at the moment. Carney did play against Manchester City from the wide position in that first game at Stamford Bridge, the prideful performance, if you can remember. And Carney, I would have out there again, just to hold the width and just to give us a little bit of again, just excitement. You know, he's someone that's playing a bit carefree, and we are Chelsea. So I would like to see him on the left-hand side. He had some great crosses, he hit the post. Doesn't mean he's always going to hang out on the left. If you play Felix in that area that I'm talking about, they can interchange. Carney's an attacking midfielder. If you play Carney off the left and you play Felix in the 10, they could swap over. Very fluid. Doesn't need to be too restricted. As long as somebody's out there at some point to give us an outlet, then it doesn't really matter which one. So they're floating for me. And then the double pivot, I would go with Zakaria and Kova, but Lewis Hall is banging on the door and very, very close for me to getting into that starting 11 because, listen, it's been a very wishy-washy time for Kova as well. But I do think Kova's performance will be better next to Zakaria instead of next to Jorginho. I think we have to also look at the partnerships we put these players in. And I think right now we can all agree that Zakaria needs to be starting. He was really, really good against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. He didn't play in the cup where we got slapped. So there you go. Put him back in. Hopefully we're a lot more defensively sound. If Kova's not playing well, then Lewis Hall for me goes straight in over the likes of Gallagher and Mason Mount, who I think need to take a little time out, sit on the naughty step for a while, along with many players. So, also in the back four, of course, for me, Koulibaly, I've had enough. Let's get Aspie back at right back because Trevor was still getting cooked on that right side a little bit. He's not really a right back. We still need to sign a right back. Let's kind of really force the issue by playing the right back that we have and making sure the owners know that we need a right back. Just emphasizing that extra. Put Trevor in the middle next to Thiago Silva. Let's try and see if we can get a common sense of partnership here. And on the left back position, we have no other option than Cucurella, who really needs to step up his game. And I'm starting to think, and I had this conversation on post pods and whatnot, maybe we just need to not let him venture past the halfway line, stick to your defensive duties, maybe even invert. You've got good progressive passes on you. You can pass along the ground quite well. I think maybe we could take advantage of that a little bit more and less of the crossing and the getting in the final third, because up there, my brother, at the moment this season, you've been pretty damn useless once you cross the halfway line. Underlapping, overlapping, you're not lapping nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not lapping up my heart. So, Cucurella, not getting cooked today, hopefully. No cooking for you unless you're doing it, So for me, that's the kind of team that I'm looking at. Fulham, they're playing very well at the moment. They're a problem, but they are missing their main man. It's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a close game. Let me know in the comments what you think and feel about Aubameyang potentially going back to Barcelona. Hopefully, in my opinion. What do you think about Felix potentially starting? Are you excited about Felix? Now that you've seen the images, now that you've seen the words that are spoken, are you starting to get a little bit more, a little bit more excited? Are you starting to get a little bit more, a little bit more buzzing, that buzzing feeling that you get when a new signing comes in and you know that you're about to damage them and you know that that we're damaged. Let's be real. We're not really the right home for a player like Felix. We're gonna take him in anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then we're gonna burn the house down most likely. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Smash up the likes, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the watch along and the review, of course. And yes, FIFA is coming back on Friday. And All You Can Eat Chelsea's coming back on Friday. So there's lots to look forward to. And there's a special guest on All You Can Eat Chelsea, and you ain't expecting it. So big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.